Hello there, my name's Annette with Sunbeam Fabric Art. Welcome to my channel. As you might know if you follow my channel, I recently cut up over 100 fat quarters into layer cakes and 2.5 inch strips. Today's bundle is 2.5 inch strips, and this is the 6th of 12 bundles, so I'm halfway through the bundles. These colors are blacks, whites, creams, and grays. And the last video I did was the 10-inch squares. I'll leave a link up above to that too. With the 2.5 inch strips, I also bundled up the selvages and the strips that were skinnier than 2.5 inches. I'm going to be setting those aside. I've got an idea for using all 12 bundles leftovers. Here's a look at all the 2.5 inch strips I have. Now these are not with the fabric. I cut them down from fat quarters. So I have the equivalent of about 75% of one jelly roll here. I decided it was time for me to make my very first potato chip quilt. What you see me doing here is cutting every single strip into 4.5 inch lengths. So when I'm done, I'm going to have lots and lots of 4.5 inch by 2.5 inch pieces. My first idea involved a diamond shape with darks in the middle and lights on the outside. However, my ratio of darks to lights isn't right for this. So I took a step back and decided to do a more traditional potato chip block. I did some figuring and then I shuffled the darks first and then I shuffled the lights. Now, the way I've got my lights and darks, a potato chip block is going to need more of one than the other. So I'm starting the centers of two different potato chip blocks with 2 lights and then a separate block with 2 darks. And this way I can keep everything even. So I'll have about half of my blocks with dark centers and about half of my blocks with light centers. To build this block, we start with the 2 in the center, and then we put one little strip at the top and the bottom of those 2 in the center. Then we add 2 little strips on the sides, the left and the right side, and then we can add 2 across the top and 2 across the bottom. And last, we need 3 on the left and 3 on the right. So for this block, you need 6 of one color and 12 of the contrasting color. I'm taking this first block layout a little bit slow, just so you can see I'm kind of swapping different colors here and there, or if I end up with 2 that are too close to each other, I'm swapping those out. Feel free to pause the screen and take a screenshot or a picture of the screen, whatever you need to do. But for now, let's speed through sorting out the rest of these colors. This would be a great stash buster for jelly roll strips that are left over. Also a great scrap buster if you've got a pile of scraps and you're not sure what to do with them. Here you go. I am definitely going to try and chain piece, so I am taking my blocks with the dark centers and I am moving all those pieces over on top of the other blocks. And again, I'm setting aside all the leftovers from my 12 bundles, and we'll see what happens with those later. It's time to chain piece now, so I'm taking those center 2 pieces and I am just going to put those right sides together and chain piece that whole stack. At the end of the chain, I broke it, and then I started adding the next stack. So we're working from the inside of the block to the outside of the block. So I'll be stitching the top piece on this little pair. If you've got an accurate seam allowance there, you should get these to line up perfectly, but if you don't, that's okay. This pattern was so forgiving. My 1/4 inch seams were not always a 1/4 inch, and it all worked out. After I got the top piece stitched on, I broke the chain and started adding the bottom piece. Before I could add any more pieces, I did have to stitch my 2 side pieces together, and then when I get to that very outer layer, I'll have to stitch 3 together before I can add it on. So I got the 2 sides chained, and now I'm doing the top and the bottom. There's 2 pieces to the top and 2 pieces to the bottom. Once those were chained, I started chaining those 2 outer layers that had 3 pieces. So I started putting 2 together, and I'm going to chain all of those 2s together, and then I will break that chain and add that 3rd piece. Once I got the 3rd piece added to those outer sides, then it was time to break that chain and continue putting blocks together. I put all those pieces back where I got them from, and then just started again building this block from the inside out. From the equivalent of about 75% of a jelly roll, I got a total of 12 of these blocks. After stitching all 12 blocks completely, I took my ruler and I measured the height and the width of these blocks to make sure they were accurate. If your seams are just right, you should get an unfinished size of 12.5. Mine were more like 12 3/8, and I was okay with that. They were all very similar in size, so I didn't worry about trimming them. But you could always trim them if you wanted to square them up. The layout for this is super easy. I've got 2 different blocks, one with the dark center and one with the light center. I'm simply going to alternate those blocks. I've got 12 blocks, so my layout's going to be 3 by 4. And to have less bulk on my seam line, I'm turning one of the blocks so that there are no seams lining up on this edge. I'm going to sew pairs of a light and dark together. I will sew 2 pairs into a row of 4, and then I will flip one of the rows the opposite way so we get an alternating pattern with these blocks. This quilt is going to be about 36 by 48, about the size of a nice little baby quilt. And I think it's small enough. I'm not using any clips or pins quite yet. I am just going ahead and stitching these seams together. Now I haven't pressed the blocks or pressed the quilt yet, so I am nesting the seams between blocks as I go along. Once I had all the rows put together, I went around the outside of the quilt with a stay stitch. Then I took the quilt to my ironing board and I did press it nice and flat with my water spray bottle. Here is that finished quilt. Let's take a look in black and white and some various color filters just so you can get some ideas. This would be an awesome quilt in like 2 colors, 3 colors, or maybe even add an outside border and make a bigger block with 4 colors. If I did that, I would still probably keep the lights and darks separate to make sure I would get that contrast when I put the blocks together. Let me know in the comments what you think about my first potato chip quilt. How would you do it? Would you use different colors? Would you make the blocks bigger or smaller? I thank you so much for joining me today, and I do hope to see you back next time.